if I don't want to make a video like this of myself, I can just make a really cute one of a caricature with.
Hey everyone, me Kevin here with an update regarding the $2,000 stimulus checks. Apparently, it is possible that the $2,000 stimulus checks might be agreeable to at least some Republicans, as it might be seen as a way to introduce unity between Republicans and Democrats. At least that's what Marco Rubio had to say last night when he sent a letter to Joe Biden. Take a look at this. Brand new letter from Marco Rubio sent to Dear President-elect Biden from Marco Rubio. Here we go. Last Wednesday was one of the darkest days in our history. All across our nation, people are looking for answers and demanding accountability, but they are also desperate for hope. Hope that political leaders in Washington can begin taking steps to heal our deeply divided nation. It would send a powerful message to the American people if, on the first day of your presidency, you call on the House and Senate to send you legislation to increase the economic impact payments to Americans struggling due to the pandemic from $600 to $2,000. This is actually really interesting because it's almost like, is Marco Rubio trying to preempt what Biden is planning on doing anyway so he can take credit for it? Or is this a sincere, hey, we're in support? House and Senate to send you legislation to increase the economic impact payments to Americans struggling due to the pandemic from $600 to $2,000. This is actually really interesting because it's almost like, is Marco Rubio trying to preempt what Biden is planning on doing anyway so he can take credit for it? Or is this a sincere, hey, we're in support? You don't have to use the budget recon methods to circumvent the help of Republicans. We're with you on this. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Millions of working class families are in dire need of additional relief, which is why I supported this effort last month. Unfortunately, the Senate was not able to consider the House-passed bill. Although I share many of my colleagues' concern about the long-term effects of this additional spending, we simply cannot ignore the fact that millions of working-class families across the country are still in desperate need of relief. At a time when they need it most, we must recognize the positive message it would send to the American people and the entire world if Republicans and Democrats came together on January 20, 2021 to put the American people first. All too often, popular and necessary legislation is used as leverage to secure passage for policies that cannot pass on their own merit. We have already seen it in the midst of the pandemic when additional funding for small businesses was blocked repeatedly for months on end. Oh, there's a slam on Democrats regarding PPP funding getting blocked for having a standalone PPP bill. Please do not allow direct payments to the American people to get caught up in the normal political games by adding a wish list of far left or other unrelated priorities to the legislation. Wow, asking for another clean shot at $2,000. Well,
take your videos from amateur to professional in just 14 days. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't
acted to disrupt Congress's constitutional responsibility. It was also an attack on the people who work in this institution, members, staff, and the hundreds who work behind the scenes so that we can serve the American people. The greatest statesman in the history of our country understood that the most dangerous threat to freedom is lawlessness. A young lawyer named Abraham Lincoln famously said, "There is no grievance that is a fit object of redress by mob law." Yet for several hours last week, mob law tried to interfere with constitutional law. Some say the riots were caused by Antifa. There is absolutely no evidence of that. And conservatives should be the first to say so. The riots were caused by Antifa. There is absolutely no evidence of that. And conservatives should be the first to say so.
Adiós. Qué bien nuestra pequeña Apple Bloom.
Me tiene bien de muñequito.
¿No es así, Big Mac?
Sí.
Adiós. Qué bien nuestra pequeña Apple Bloom.
Me tiene bien de muñequito.
¿No es así, Big Mac?
Sí.